All right, man. We back. Sorry we were a little bit late tonight, man. Had some technical difficulties. Internet was down for a hot minute, man. But we back up and running, man. So you already know what it is. It's me, your boy NYG 22 Double Deuce, aka Unpopular Opinion Sports, giving you all them hot takes, all them hot cakes, man, from around the New York City area, man. You already know what it is, man. And we don't hold no punches over here, man. We're giving you the realest, rawest, best content out there on YouTube, man. You know what I'm saying? With much respects to myself, Mr. Coach Ed Gladney, man, and our fallen brother, RIP, man, Jeffrey T85, man. But that being said, man, got a jam-packed, action-packed show for you guys. Could not wait to do this show tonight, man. Luckily we back up and running. We good to go now, man. But you know what I like to do, man. Always gotta check in on my peoples, man. Coach, how you feeling, man? How you doing tonight?
I'm all right and good. How about you? How you doing?
I'm maintaining, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing all right, man. Now that we back on the air, man. Now that I get to chop it up, man, with all my NYC area fans, man, and all sports fans. You know what I'm saying? All sports fans are welcome. You already know what it is, man. But let's check in on the chat real quick, as I like to always do, man. Big fan, Breezy, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you coming through, man. You know what I'm saying? I
Shut
was on
breezy.
Breezy's show earlier. You know what I'm saying? We was chopping it up. We definitely gonna talk some basketball tonight. We're gonna talk some football. We're gonna talk all sports, man. I'm telling you, I got y'all covered. Um, Levance, what's good, man? What's good, man? Much love and respect. Much love and respect to you, Levance, man. You already know, man. You gotta drop that dinner menu for us in the chat, man. You already know how we do over here. NYC, what's good, man? Much love and respect, man. Peace, everyone. You know what I'm saying? So, you know how we do it over here, man. Feels good to be back, man. Heart of the city, you know what it is, man. But lots to talk about, man. So we're gonna do this thing a little bit different. I'm gonna go around the city, man, and kind of chop it up on each team. Then we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of the show. You know what I'm saying? So that way we can get all the news and notes from everybody around the league out of the way, and then we're gonna get into the topics at hand. So, got a little intro for that, man. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Said I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, but I want the love and respect first. Yeah, I want the power, the love and respect first.
Yeah, power and respect, man. We trying to get our respect back here, New York City area. Let's get it, man. We're gonna start it off with the Yankees, man. Yankees not looking too good, actually, man.
Mm.
They have lost 8 in a row. They are 9.5 games out of a wild card spot, and it is just a mess, a total mess over there in the Bronx, man. They are playing tonight. I will be putting the scores up. I think last time I checked, it was 1-1. But this team is a mess, man, and it's so bad that Steinbrenner, Boone, and Cashman had a supposedly behind the doors closed meeting, and they, I guess, they trying to figure this thing out, which is nothing to figure out. I mean, this team is in last place, and they're not going anywhere, and it's a funk fest. You know, haven't led in the game since the second inning of an 11-3 loss to the Atlanta Braves. You just got swept by the Red Sox.
Mhm.
Injuries all over the place. I mean, you name it's not going right for the Yankees, man. So not much news on them besides the fact that they suck right now. Coach, man, you got anything on the Yankees?
I mean, it's just so much right now. I mean, the issues with what I've always been talking about, the analytics. Boone trying to make it seem like it's not about that. It's really about player injuries and not having players available. That's in all sports, man. but you base
Mhm.
everything off of analytics. Your lineups, everything. And you don't do. I mean, Michael K was talking about it earlier today, where pretty much their offense is base by base type of situation. They don't do hit and runs or things like that. They don't move players over. It's just if you get a hit, if you can move one base, move one base. If it's swing for a home run, swing for a home run. Otherwise, guys strike out a lot. And it takes away from the game of baseball for me, which is why I really don't dive into it as much as I used to, because
Mhm.
it's not the Yankees losing. It's the way you're playing the game. And that's what my issue is with the New York Yankees. It's how you're playing the game. You're not playing baseball. You're just trying to placate the fan base and try and hit those monster home runs. Okay, it's good, but you know what? Sometimes the end of park home run is just as exciting. Sometimes a
Mhm.
player stealing is exciting. Things of
Yeah.
that nature. Where the bunts? I mean, do you really
Yeah,
work
they
on that
don't
type of
bunt no
stuff?
more. Yeah, I don't see them
Yeah.
bunting
So
no
it's.
more, coach.
I mean, I come up, I sit, and I watch. I watch how teams play you, and I say to myself, you know what? Sacrifice yourself. Get a bunt. Put a player in scoring position. But
Mhm.
they don't do that. So, and for me, that's why it's like, okay,
Yeah, the
that's pretty
Yankees.
much it.
The Yankees are not in a good spot right now, man. Um, Tommy from one Tommy, what's good with you, man? Much love to the panel. All Giants Maximus Jones will hoist up the trophy screaming, are y'all not entertained? Yes. We're gonna get into the Giants and Daniel Jones here in just a second. But right now we're going around the city, man. And around the chat, man. Tudo, what's good? Much salutes and respects to Big Boss NYG22, Coach Ed, Miss Wise, Big Brother Levance, and all diehard Giants fans in America. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Giants and Jets on tap for this weekend, man. We're gonna get into all that, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. Like I said, action-packed show. Um, JJ, what up? What up, Big Blue Gang? What up to you, bro? You know what I'm saying? Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man. For me and Coach over here, man. But enough of them damn Yankees, man. Let's actually get into the Mets, man. The Mets, man. They on a little bit of roll, man. 1-4 out of 6. They beat Atlanta 10-4 last night. Now the Mets are still kind of in this thing. It is a long shot. They got a lot more teams to kind of to jump in front of them, man. But they're only 6.5 games out, and they have been playing better of late since they made these trades. Now, key thing here for the Mets is rookie Kodai Senga, the third-ranked pitcher in the MLB right now. As far as rookies is concerned, the Mets actually have 2 on that list. Also, Francisco Alvarez. Now, this Mets team is rebuilding. They're a young team, so not a whole lot to play for. You don't expect them to really make a playoff run at this point, man. But giving your young players confidence by winning some games, not throwing in the towel, as it seems the Yankees over there doing. Um, Shout out to the Mets for that, man. Shout out to the Mets, man. And Jeffrey T will be proud of y'all, man, New York Mets fans. So shout out to the Mets, man. You know what I'm saying, for staying in it, man, and staying prideful and not throwing in the towel and folding and rolling over like a bag of dirt, like the Yankees are. So,
Mhm.
shout out to the Mets for that, man. But let's switch it over to the Nets. So we going Nets, Mets, Jets. You already know what it is, man. Brooklyn Nets, man. Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. They are in USA, Team USA playing basketball, along with Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson as well. 2 players from the Knicks. But what the off season has been about for the Nets primarily is building chemistry with this team. They have basically, been having these get-togethers, these workouts. Ben Simmons has been in Florida working out. By all accounts, he looks good. But we're gonna dive more into the Nets later on with this schedule release, NBA schedule release that's been happening. But key dates here for the schedule release. The Nets start the season at home on October 25th against the Cavs. So in Brooklyn, October 24th, 25th against the Cavs. That is the home opener. KD returning to Brooklyn. That's a big game. That's going to be on January 31st. Kyrie comes back the next week, February 6th. If I can, I would want to try to get tickets to one of those games because I just want to go out there and just boo both of those dudes for fucking up this team. Excuse my language. But I might not be able to do that, man. But the Nets overall only have 11 nationally televised games. That's down from 23 a season ago. So not a lot of people are sleeping on the Nets and not expecting them to do much of anything this season. But when you flip it over and you look across town to the New York Knicks, they got a little bit of drama, a little bit of issues going on. There was a lawsuit filed against the Toronto Raptors. If next shift Randy comes on later, maybe he can give us some insight to that. I believe he is a Raptors fan. So, but this is basically saying that this I can't pronounce this person's name. It's IKECHUKWU. But this player or employee apparently went and stole, I guess, sensitive information from the Knicks organization and gave it to Toronto and their new head coach. So that's the story, the article that I read. So I don't know where that's going to go and how far that's going to go, but there's a little bit of issues with the Knicks, as it normally is with that organization. In other news, though, like I said, Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, they're building their chemistry with the Knicks as well with Team USA. So shout out to them, man. The Knicks, by the way, they start their kickoff the season, ESPN, October 25th at home versus the Celtics. So that ought to be a good matchup. Coach, you shaking your head. Al against the Celtics. They also play on Christmas Day against the Bucks. Knicks Nets first game, December 20th. That is another one I do not want to miss. You know what I'm saying? For all the Knicks fans has been chirping. I'm sure we're gonna have some in here tonight, man. And I welcome all of you. You know what I'm saying? It's heart of the city. All New York City area sports, all fans of all teams, especially the New York teams, are welcome. So come on in, man. Join me and Coach and chop it up, man. But the Knicks have 25 nationally televised games. So all their warts and everything is going to be on display for the national media to see. Let me get back at this chat for a minute. Tommy, definitely keeping 4 tight ends on the roster. Sweeney's a blocker. 12 or 13 personnel would get used all year long. I do want to talk about that 12, 13 personnel a little bit later, Tommy, because you always say 12 and 13 personnel. You the one player in these chats across the Big Blue network that's always screaming 12 and 13 personnel, and it looks like they actually do want to use 2 tight end sets a lot more this season with Darren Waller in the mix. But we're going to get into that. Leaf Diggy, what's good, bro? Appreciate you, man. Leaf, man. Yeah, man, we're going to chop it up, man, for sure, man, tonight, man. But let's get into real quick. We're going to touch on the Jets. We're going to get into the Jets-Giants here, preseason coming up. The preseason finale is Saturday, so be tuned in to that. Aaron Rodgers is playing, y'all. He wants to play, and he want to get some work in with his new team. The problem for Mr. Rodgers is Max Mitchell, Billy Turner, Dwayne Brown. A lot of these guys are nursing injuries. They're apparently going to be starting Mekhi Becton out there at right tackle. So we're going to see. We're going to see. I don't know. I don't expect the Giants to really play their starters, if any. They played them last week, so I don't think they're going to be playing them back-to-back weeks in the preseason. Maybe some players will, particularly the younger guys, I would imagine will get some run. But for the Jets, man, this is a key game as far as not protecting Aaron Rodgers. So we're going to see whether they can protect Aaron Rodgers or not. Other notes from Jets camp is Elijah Verteca and Lincoln Tomlinson both practice. So that's good news for the Jets, which means their interior will be pretty solid. But them bookend tackles over there, I don't know, man. But to the Giants. And like I said, this is kind of a rapid fire segment. We're going to get through the teams real quick, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the show. Giants padded practice Tuesday. Tyree Phillips did return back to practice. He's expected to be the swing tackle for the Giants, and I hope he is, because I do not want to see Matt Pert or what's the other guy's name? Corey Cunningham out there ever again. If at all possible, those guys aren't quality NFL linemen. Wan'Dale Robinson, man. Wan'Dale Robinson is back running routes, so he's getting closer to return. That's good news for the Giants wide receiver core. And like I said, we're going to get more into that later. The Giants also worked out William Jackson III, cornerback, recently played for the Commanders or Washington, whatever you want to call them. So they're looking for depth behind Adoree Banks and Trey Hawkins, because you got to remember Aaron Robinson's hurt. The only one that's healthy really is Fly, and you got a bunch of Jags, which stands for just another guy. So you got a bunch of guys in your draft pick Fly behind your three starters. So that is a critical situation right now for the Giants. So them bringing in cornerback depth is not a surprise. And Darius Williams got waived. So who really cares? But it is noteworthy that they waived him and brought in William Jackson III, trying to upgrade there from Roe Williams. And with the Rangers in the NHL has not really launched their preseason training camp schedule, I should say, yet. Like I said, I was hoping to have next shift on here, but Peter Laviolette, man, the Rangers' first-year head coach, man, looking to get things underway for this Rangers team going in here. And a couple things of note that I got for the Rangers, Islanders, and the Devils is their odds to win the Stanley Cup. So we're going to start with the Rangers at plus 1,300 to win the Cup this year. That is seventh. And Bleacher Report, this report is by Bleacher Report, so if y'all want to go look that up, you can. Just throwing information out there. But they put the Rangers in as possible contenders, and they have little categories. So they were seventh with plus 1,300, so not too bad. Not too bad for the Rangers. The Islanders plus 5,000. They were 20th. They were considered a dark horse, and the Islanders have been, pretty okay. As far as I know, since I've been watching. And the Devils are the favorites, or whether the third favorites. But plus 900, third in the NHL, and considered true contenders, which they went to the Eastern Conference Finals last season, I believe it was. So that's all for around the city, around the city, as I like to call it, man. Now we're going to get into it, man. Let me check back in on my chat, man. What's good, man? Tommy says Knicks need to get rid of Randall and get more player add depth to the roster. Yeah, I know Coach feels a certain way about that. About Julius Randle. Oh man. Bookends. Let's G Nation. Big Blue coming. All right, you damn right, man. For sure. Rafael, what's good? What's good with you, Rafael? El Capitan, man. Hope all is well with you, my brother. Vinny, what's good? What's good, man? Appreciate y'all coming through, man. We talking Giants, we talking Jets, we talking all New York City area sports. But we're gonna pop it off, man. Let's preview this game. Then we're gonna get into the NBA schedule release. So y'all stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Jets, Giants, NBA schedule release. Then we're gonna get into the best New York City area rivalries in the area. We can go all time. We can go right now. We can go your favorites. So we're going to have a discussion about that. Like I said, keep it locked here, man. Popular Opinion Sports, man. We rocking and rolling tonight, man. So, Coach, Jets and Giants, man. This weekend coming up Saturday. This is the final preseason game. What are you going to be watching for? I already mentioned earlier that Aaron Rodgers should be playing, or he's expected to play in this game. What are you going to be looking for from the Jets? What are you going to be looking for from the Giants? Or what are you looking for in this game, period, concerning Jets and Giants? Final preseason game, man. Wrap it up. Get ready to the regular season. Get ready to Dallas.
As far as the Giants, I'm expecting a lot of guys on the back end fighting for a position because I'm not expecting any key players, key starters, or key players for the team. So it's going to be a lot of back end guys playing. So what's up, JLA? That's what I'm
Good,
looking
Jay.
for.
What up, bro?
As far as the Giants, I mean, the linebackers, I am trying to see what's going on there. And the slot cornerbacks, I keep saying the same thing week after week. Those are the ones I'm really looking at. If Wan'Dale Robinson does happen to come off and play, I want to see how he does because they did show a little video clip on Twitter of him running routes and he was using his quickness. So I want to see how he does in the game. So that's pretty much it for the Giants. I mean, for the Jets, starting with their offensive line. Did look good last week at right tackle.
Back then, yeah.
Back then, he did. He
back then's good if healthy.
Yes,
his problem's been health and weight.
Yes, and that's the issue. The other thing is your left tackle, because if you're putting Becton at the right, is it Max Mitchell as your left tackle? I mean, I did a video breakdown him at the right tackle, and he did not impress me. He's slow off the snap. He gives up inside. He's not strong. So, but hey, that's what you just want to see. I mean, how are you going to protect Aaron Rodgers? I mean, Rodgers, okay, when he's on, we know what he can be as a quarterback when he's on and he's protected. But, hey, you want to build some confidence going into your first game. I get it. You want to go up against the key reserve or the lower level reserves of the Giants. Okay, not a problem. If that gives you the confidence you need to get ready for the season, go for it. One other thing as far as the Giants, DJ Davidson, I want to see what he's going to do because I think he's fighting for a spot. I really do because I'm almost set to give Riley a spot. So do the Giants go 6 deep? I don't think so. So, but getting back to the Jets, their reserves, what do they have in the reserves? Because their defense is good to start, but what do they have backing them up? I don't dive deep into the Jets, but this gives me an opportunity to see. And it gives you a little, not much, but it gives you a little indication of what we may see come during the regular season. So
October 29th, we're going to be in the building. October 29th, Jets Giants. Just remember. But yeah, I'm looking to see what old Aaron Rodgers going to do too. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also looking to see if the Giants can get pressure on Aaron Rodgers, because if the Giants reserve, if Leonard Williams and them don't play, and you putting Simone Fox, Zimenez, Riley or DJ Davison, whichever one, you know what I'm saying? If you're putting those guys out there and they're able to get pressure on the Jets starting offensive line, that's a pretty good sign for the Giants going into this season, man, as far as depth is concerned, because, you know, along this defensive line, man, is, you know, a lot of guys, man, with a lot of things to prove, man. Mainly Kayvon Thibodeau and Azeez Ojulari, who, by the way, were ranked in ESPN's little funky ratings in the top 50 pass rushers going into this season. I think Ojulari was 29th, Thibodeau was like 39th or 8th or something like that. But I'm interested to see that because one of the things I've been watching for ever since this offseason, and I've been saying this with the Giants, is who's going to be that third edge rusher behind KT and Azeez Ojulari. So if one of those guys can pop in a game like this, that's going to be a good sign, man, of things to come. Also got to watch out for Baldonado as well, you know, coming off that edge. And for the Jets, basically, the Jets need to get out of this game without getting Aaron Rodgers hurt. Or basically, you know what I'm saying? I don't expect Aaron Rodgers to go play 3, 4, 5, 6 series. He might be one and done. He might go out there for 2 series. But they gotta make sure they protect this guy. They put a lot of resources into getting Aaron Rodgers. And for me to read their practice reports, because I'm not a Jets fan, but I do dive into the Jets and all the New York City area teams. For me to read their practice reports and seeing the highlights and things on Twitter of Aaron Rodgers being sacked all left and right. You know, now granted their defense is good, but your offensive line, man, look, man, you got to go up against the Bills and the Patriots and the Dolphins. I mean, these are projected to be some of the top defenses in the NFL this year. So and you can't protect Aaron Rodgers, not to mention you got to play the NFC East, who probably has the next 4 best defenses you going to see this year. So, yeah, man, I'd be concerned if I was a Jets fan. Outside of that, I will not hate, and I would say the Jets look pretty good. But that line, man, the O-line can wreck your season. Us Giants fans know. Right, Coach? Like, we know where the O-line can wreck how O-line can wreck your season. We get back in the chat. Vinny says, I love how everyone is switching it up with DJ now. Love the content. Y'all love it too, man. They switching it up, man, because they know this. They know he's going to tear it up this year. They know that. Darren Waller and these guys that they got on this team, Jalen Hyatt again, just smoking dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be. So.
Dan Orlovsky did, you know, a great breakdown of showing, you know, that one play with a quick slant to Waller. But I love the fact how he was talking about how simple the offense is, where we have also a running back screen where you flare Breida out to the left on 4x1, and you're just reading your linebackers. That's really what you're doing. And what do? Do they bump? Do they go in man? Which indicates what you need to do as far as, and it's a simple concept. So, you know, I loved it. I love when, you know, you see that, you know, especially in preseason, because some may say that's a complex type of a play. And I'm like, no, it's not. But that also lets me know that there's more. There's a whole lot more in the bag beyond that we can expect this coming season. So I just love it. I love what they're doing. So, oh, and by the way, keep an eye out. I don't know if you heard, but there is rumors that if the Lions put Julian Okora up, the Giants might be one of the buyers as a pass rusher. So just keep an eye
That's
out on that.
Romeo Okora's brother,
Mm-hmm.
who played
That's
for
it.
the Giants before he went over
Mm-hmm.
to Detroit.
Exactly.
So
So
yeah,
so.
those guys are pretty solid, man. When it comes to Okara, was the one that beat Evan Neal. Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Evan Neal.
Mm-hmm.
In that Lions game last week. Um, Bookend says, let the rookie QB play against Rodgers. Good for them. Yeah, that's good work for them if they can, show. Because I mean, if Rodgers out there, I'm imagining Garrett Wilson and
Mm-hmm.
Corey Davis are going to be playing too, which is their top receivers, and their tight end, Conklin. So yeah, it'll be good work. Definitely bookends. I agree, man. If they could definitely show something against Rodgers, man, we in good shape. And remember, we play the Jets this year. So if you're the Giants, you don't want to show the Jets a whole lot, in the preseason game. So yeah, throw the rookies out there, let them get some burn, man. And then come October 29th, we're gonna
What?
have our big boys ready for you.
Chris Collins said what?
Where we
Wow.
at?
Vinny, the last one. Vinny G, man.
You heard Chris Collinsworth compare DJ to Mahomes. Kyle Hurt ain't said nothing.
I love DJ, but
No.
Mahomes. That's a stretch, man. I'd have to listen to the interview to get the whole context, because
Yeah, I don't agree with that either. And let's not compare DJ to Mahomes or to Allen or to anybody. Let him be DJ. Let him be Daniel Jones. But when he came into the league, it was Daniel Jones, bumbling Daniel Jones, and now everybody want to put him up there. And nah, man, get off his. You know what I'm saying? You know what, man? Oh man, for real, man. Y'all killing me, man. Just looking for winners, effort, technical display, tough competition, and healthy after the game. That's the main thing, Tommy. Health. The Giants need to get out this game healthy so we can be ready for week 1, going in to MetLife to play these funky Cowboys, as coach like to stay, the team from down south, on dirt bags. Oh, we're gonna play them, man. And you already know what it is, man. We're going, yeah.
who everybody's anointing. Everyone is anointing one of a Super Bowl contender and all this and that.
Every year they do it. Every year. And I'm gonna try to get a Cowboys fan on, if they ain't scared to come on here, man, and preview the game with me. You know what I'm saying? It'll either be Tuesday or Sunday on Giants Conversation. So y'all look out for that if they don't run. I want to see Tamar Fox again. Yeah, Tamar Fox is catching a lot of people's attention now, man. He's starting to pick it up, and possibly be that third edge rusher, like I said, that we were looking for. Jordan Riley took Davison's spot. Go Ducks. Yeah, Jordan Riley did. Jordan Riley is he's making his bid, man. I'm gonna be there. Yeah, you already know, Jay. Yeah, you could come on the stream, Jay. I'll throw the link in the chat for you and Breezy and who else was in here? Leaf Diggy, if he want to come on. But we're gonna we're gonna do this thing in sort of a constructed manner, because I can't be on these streams for 3-4 hours no more, man. I do have a full-time job to work, so I kind of want to get this structure right, man, and we could still have fun, still chop it up, you know what I'm saying, without dragging it out. Riley taking Davison's spot. Yeah, I see a lot of y'all taking, but don't sleep. DJ Davison was getting first team snaps today in practice, so possibly, you know what I'm saying, he could possibly be. Jay, what's good with you, bro? What's popping, man? Big Blue Crew in the building. What up, man? Yes, Breezy, tell him, man, hit that like button, tap that like button, man, for all of us up here, man. You know what I'm saying? All these great content creators, man. But yeah, man, What are you looking for, Jay? Why I got you up here, my brother? What you looking for, man? As far as this final preseason game when it comes to the Giants and the Jets. You could touch on either team. This is Heart of the City, so.
I mean, I ain't even really. I ain't really even too much worried about the preseason game. I mean, I don't even think they're gonna play a lot of our starters. I mean, if they do, they might. But I mean, I'm really just more looking for. I'm already looking at Dallas. To be honest, I'm looking at Dallas. I ain't worried about. We'll see them in what week 9, week 8. What is it?
We seeing them in week 1.
No, I'm talking about the Jets. I worry about the Jets.
Yeah. October 29th, man.
Yeah.
I know the date. I don't know what week that is, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in there, man. I already done talked to Lou and all that. So, and my birthday is my birthday is the 27th. So, anyways, I ain't gonna stretch it all out. Anyways, with the Giants, man, I'm looking forward to, man, seeing this chemistry with Daniel Jones and the rest of these weapons that we got. I mean, the little taste we got for preseason. I mean, it looked great, but it's preseason. But I mean, he looks pretty good, man. I mean, people comparing him to Patrick Mahomes, and like you said, man, he's Daniel Jones. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Josh Allen. He's not, Lamar Jackson.
Because when you start to do that, then it start to raise the expectations.
It's a whole other conversation.
We don't want to do that.
It's fairy tale land. It's fairy tale land. But I'm happy I'm happy, ready to see these guys get going, man. With I think Daniel Jones is going to throw for 30 touchdowns this year. I believe so, especially the way the passing, the way the offense is looking. And I mean, I think he's only going to have a few rushing touchdowns because I mean, our red zone is going to be, from what I see, our red zone is going to be so crucial, and everybody's going to be worried about the pass. That Saquon's going to be able to run right in there. I mean, you already seen.
Oh, there go the Cowboys fan. There we go. My man, Mike, what's good with you, bro? What's good, Mike Willie Black, man? That's my homie, bro. Even though he a Cowboys fan, man, that's my bro. He said, we them boys. Every year, every year. And every year, y'all. Yeah, y'all do what y'all do.
And don't get me wrong. I've already ate my crow pie about Daniel Jones, and because I didn't think he was gonna be anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when he coming out of Duke. I think everybody thought.
Yeah, I dogged him too. I did.
I remember. But I think he's gonna do great this year. He has the weapons around him. He's comfortable. He has great coaching around him. He seems like a starting NFL quarterback. He seems poised. He seems like a playbook. I'm just excited. I don't want to make no predictions. Besides, I do think he's going to throw for 30 touchdowns. I do think that, and he's going to rush for 4. But I do think he's going to get a lot more passing touchdowns with Waller, with Bellinger as well, because everybody's going to be looking at Waller. But as you can see in that preseason game, they double team Waller, and Belly come right underneath. And that's all you need is in the red zone is just right underneath, and then you just put it out there, touchdown. So it's gonna be a lot of those. I'm just excited, bro. I can't wait.
Tommy says Maximus Jones had a coach play calling situation, football awareness, and decision making. No center, tight tackle, guard, wide receiver, tight end. So Jones was trash. That should have been roadkill, but he rolls out like she's the Phoenix. Daniel Jones didn't have all that. Now you give him a weapon and Darren Waller. Now you give him a potential number 1 receiver and Jalen Hyatt. You bring back Saquon Barkley. So you got your tight end, you got your running back, you got your wide receiver. Whether Jalen Hyatt emerges or it's just a wide receiver committee, you still have a number 1 target in Darren Waller. But as far as week 1, since my man since the Cowboys fan is in here.
My best friend's a Cowboy fan. I'm used to it, Mike Williams. I ain't going nowhere.
This is my brother right here, man.
That's all love, bro.
We know each other, man.
I'm gonna enjoy beating the Cowboys.
It's He said what? He's not getting 30 before the season over.
You need to be worried about Dak because he might throw 30
I think 30 picks, right? I was gonna say the same thing.
You need to be worried about Dak.
Your quarterback
is
he might be depending on what Sam Howell looked like. I mean, he looked decent in the preseason game, but depending on what Sam Howell looked like, Dak Prescott might be the worst quarterback in the damn division, man. That dude sucks. Yeah, hey, y'all know it. Dallas fans know it, man. Y'all banking on y'all's defense for real.
And then your defense don't even respect him. What was Diggs saying to him? We can't say it on the air because we'll get demonetized. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
Worry about Daiquiri
called him up
with his sweet self. That's Daiquiri. He's not Dak no more. It's Daiquiri. He's sweet. Get me started.
Man. But for real, man, heart of the city, man. Giants, Jets, man. Preseason, man. Like I said, Jets just need to get out of there and healthy. Giants need to get out of there healthy, man. Jets need to worry about Aaron Rodgers. We need to worry about our depth behind all our starters because those are gonna be the guys that's out there playing, and we don't want to see none of them get hurt either. You know what I'm saying? Despite what you think about guys like Zimenez and some of the backup players. They're coming in here and about the woodworks now. I love it, yo. Yeah.
He had the audacity to type.
Super Bowl bound. When was the last time you went to the Super Bowl? When was the last time you went to the Super Bowl?
I was in high school.
Doggy Style was out, Coach. Tupac was alive, Coach.
Biggie was alive too.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, what's good, Alfonso? What's good with you, man?
If Dak runs
with y'all, man. Hope y'all doing good, man.
Typical Cowgirls. Cowgirls.
They'll run when the Giants beat them week 1. Won't see these dudes.
But
I know these guys, so I go find them. I go find Mike and Alfonso. They can't run for me. They might be able to run from other people. Know where to find y'all.
I guess your boys don't know that they're talking to a damn football coach, and I can sit down and I can break down the Cowboys. Yeah. I can break down all their strengths, their weaknesses.
And check out Coach Ed's Read and Attack show. Check out Coach Ed's Amazing World of Sports, man, and get those breakdowns, man. Coach always doing great breakdowns, man. Teaching people about football, man. That don't know.
I talk ish, and I have a little bit of. I have some knowledge. I played the game. This brother right here would dissect the whole like. Come on, I mean, and you don't even have to be at that level to see what Dak is.
Cowboys will win the division. Brock would not have 1,000 rushing yard season. Y'all didn't win the division last year. The Eagles did.
I will say this. I've been following Dak Prescott. I've been following Dak Prescott since Mississippi State. Ring the bell.
We got beat up.
I know what Dak Prescott can do. I know who he is. Believe you me. And
he's not a winner.
He's an interception thrower and a choke artist. What he is.
Not a winner.
Daniel Jones' first time in the playoffs won his first playoff game. It took Dak what? Goddamn 10 years to win 2?
With a solid wide receivers, with solid run game, with the one of the best O lines in the league. Come on, what more do you need?
VHS tapes was
man, you gotta pull him out the crates. You gotta.
They Super Bowls is on VHS.
You can't even watch them no more.
Oh shit. Worst. It won't be worse than y'all's, Alfonso. I guarantee you that. And I bet you 100. Week 1.
We have
send me a cash app on Messenger, Mike, and I'll send you that 100.
We had a lot screwed up.
But make sure you give me mine when we went.
Horrible.
You had a screwed up locker room.
Word.
Big Dash. What's up, Big Dash? Appreciate you coming through, bro.
had.
Yeah,
But you know what?
yeah.
You know what? Let me leave.
It's gonna be a good season. I can't wait to talk trash to these Cowboy fans. It's about freaking time because I know we're gonna beat them.
Nope.
I know we're gonna beat them week 1. I know it. It's happening, man. And y'all, the refs ain't gonna save you out of this one, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going down, yo. It's definitely going down. Big Dash, that's right. Y'all done bought Big Dash out the wood. You already know what time it is, man. We had a screwed up locker room.
Man,
Y'all got a screwed up organization and an owner.
It should be called the Dallas excuses.
Mm-hmm. And y'all, and another thing about the Cowboys, your coach, Mike McCarthy, is hot garbage. And y'all know it. You know what I'm saying? And y'all scapegoated Kellen Moore to get that dude play calling duties. And when we all know it wasn't Kellen Moore's fault. You know what I'm saying? Your quarterback can't keep turning the ball over. Kellen Moore can't do nothing about that. Neither is Mike McCarthy going to be able to do anything about it. And Jerry Jones ain't getting rid of that because that's his guy. Like Tony Romo was his guy. Everybody's his guy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think it's
a mental thing
time.
with that. It's a mental thing.
I think it's time.
And when the lights are on and the pressure's on, man, he folds like a lawn chair that Alabama man was using. Folds like a lawn chair.
Absolutely, man. Much love, Mike, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. And chop it up anytime y'all Cowboys can come through. Like I said, this is a sports show. We talk sports. You know what I'm saying? All day, every day, man. And I love the trash talk. You already know.
Respectfully, I love the trash talk.
Love the comedy show. I'll be back. All right, man. Appreciate you.
See you, bro. Hey, come back after week 1. Come back.
Yeah, he'll be back. I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, these are my Facebook friends. I got it streaming on 3 different platforms tonight, man. Heart of the City, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. Subscribe, man. Turn on your notifications, man, so you can be here with us every Tuesday night, man, as we take you around the city. We talk trash. We dive into a whole bunch of other stuff, man. You already know.
I'm gonna let
Kellen Moore,
the rest of the show.
He didn't understand situational football. Yeah, Kellen Moore I'm not gonna argue with you. He wasn't very good, man, but y'all couldn't blame him for all y'all's troubles, man. That's that Jerry Jones. You know what I'm saying? Instead of looking at the problem, he's trying to scapegoat certain coaches and certain players and stuff like that, man. Yeah. We had to win the season last year. Was you paying attention? He was in the playoffs. Remember that?
Hey, Coach NYG, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Thanks for having me on.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks for letting me sit down.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Jay, man.
We're gonna dominate, man, on this preseason game, man. You know, and then we're gonna dominate them Cowgirls, and we just gonna keep on day by day, man, stacking them up until we get to where we need to be at. But till next time, y'all.
All right, man.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, Jay, man. Go sub to the G-Way with J-Lay, man. Links in the description, man. We are the Big Blue Crew, man. You know, all of us up here, man. So definitely, man. Go sub up to Jay, man. He does his own content, man, as well as willing to come over here and chop it up with the Big Blue Crew, man, on Heart of the City, man. But Jets Giants, man. So we're gonna get into some basketball here. But before I do that, we'll give a quick word to the sponsor, man, the sponsors of the show. So we will be right back here in just a minute, y'all.
Shadow Worlds Radio, a radio media outlet. The Read and Attack Show, Coach Ed's Amazing World of Sports. Go Travels, the go-to for all your sporting events. Wise Consulting Solutions, the wise choice for a better future. The Big Blue Crew, the best damn sports network on YouTube.
Y'all already know what it is, man. We are the best. We strive to be the best, and I ain't gonna sugarcoat it, man. You know what I'm saying? We over here putting in work for sure, man. But let's get into a little bit of NBA, man. NBA schedule release dropped And like I noted before, the Knicks, they have a ton of you know nationally televised games. What is your coach? Just real quick,
Mm-hmm.
your thoughts on the Knicks? You know what I'm saying, this season. We already talked about that, but with this schedule, with them having so many primetime games, do you think they can live up, or do you think that's an issue with them being on TV so much? You think people are buying the Knicks hype, or you think it's just something to where, you know what I'm saying, they kind of earn this? Because I don't know. I mean, did they earn this many national televised games? Did they earn the right to be on TV this much? Did they? Because I mean, what's
Look,
your thoughts on
here's the
that?
deal. Here's the
I
deal.
see you, Miz. What's good, bro? What's up,
As far
Miz?
as the
That's the Blue Crew.
TV and everything being on TV, when the Knicks win, they're going to be on TV. It's just like the Lakers. It's just like the Celtics. That's the reality of it. Along with your top prime time superstars and certain stars, they're going to be on TV because, as Stephen A. will say, they're box office, and that's what people want to see. I mean, that's the truth.
The
That's the
Knicks are
truth.
box office.
No. I don't. What I'm saying is, no matter what, they are box office because they draw people in. Whether it's the
Yeah.
dysfunction or anything of that nature, or they're playing good basketball. When they're winning, people want to see. They want to see. Okay, are they going to crash and burn, or are they going to keep it up? But they see what's happening with the Knicks. As far as me, the biggest issue is not even Julius Randle. It's Tom Thibodeau. It's always going to be Tom Thibodeau because he's the head coach, and whatever he allows go happens on the court. Plain and simple. Now, I've said it before. I do have my concerns. What are you going to do behind Julius Randle? Is it going to be Jericho Sims playing a backup four? Is it going to be whatever his name Isaiah, whatever he was playing in the summer league? Are you going to
Yeah.
get a backup four somewhere? Because you cannot have Julius Randle playing extensive minutes. It's already a challenge and bad enough at times when he just monopolizes the ball and stagnates the offense. To have him out there 40 plus minutes a game, no, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that personally. It's just going to take away from what the team is trying to do. There is a little bit too much iso ball, even with Jalen Brunson. Where he dribble, he attacks the paint and he kicks out. He does read the defense, but we need more ball. We need ball movement and player movement, and we need more of that. The thing that the Knicks do is they'll come up court, they'll give to a big, and they run a little weave at the top, and then they give to either Brunson or Julius Randle, and then everybody goes to their set spots waiting for a kick out or whatever. Where, you know what? You need to move, you need to cut, you need to have backdoor cuts. Where's the Princeton cuts? Where's things like that
Yeah.
to get easy baskets? You don't have to work so hard sometimes. So, and it goes back to Tibbs. That's what he runs. You can talk about whoever is running the offense. It still goes through Tibbs. What does Tibbs want? He's the head coach. And until we either correct that or remove it, this is what the Knicks are going to be. Best case scenario, I personally don't think we're going to make the playoffs this year. I'm going to be honest. I really don't.
Wow.
I don't.
Unpopular opinion. No playoffs
Mm-mm.
for the Knicks, says
Mm-mm.
coach.
Mm-mm.
No playoffs for
Mm-mm.
the Knicks.
And this is in a bad. This is in a bad East in terms of
Yeah,
top
right.
top level teams. I don't see it because, like I said, everything that I just talked about, the backup four, Julius Randle playing extensive minutes, the lack of player movement and ball movement. What are you going to do with Evan Fournier? Right now, I haven't heard a damn thing, and he's still on the
I haven't
team.
heard nothing from him either.
I don't think
Evan
anybody wants
Fournier.
him. I don't think anybody wants him because of his contract. He's like roughly $18 million, and he's a bench player. And a lot of teams don't want just a spot up 3-point shooter just for that. They're going to want more. So he's stuck on this team unless you throw him in, and he's trade filler if you're doing some type of trade. So, but again, that's my take on my Knicks. I hope I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I'm wrong. I'll always say it. I want egg on my face. Rubbed in that my Knicks are, a top team, a top 4, top 5 teams in the East. But I don't see it. Not with the teams that are there in the East, the Miamis, the Bostons, the Milwaukees, the Sixers. For all their dysfunction, they're still a good team. Atlanta's going to be better. I'm not sleeping
that
on the
hard
Nets.
situation is a little rough over there though with Philly, man.
Yeah, no, I understand. But as long as you have Embiid, they're still going to be a playoff team. That's my point. So, and this is what I'm saying about the Knicks. If they play in the play-in, they're going to get booted. I really can't see them. Hell, Orlando seems to always give them a hard time now. I think Orlando won two of the games last year, if I'm not mistaken.
So Orlando's a nice little up and coming team.
Exactly.
I will say that they're not really cellar dwellers as most people want to kind of paint them out to be. So look, as far as the Knicks is concerned, I think the Knicks are kind of like they are where Tom Thibodeau is going to take you. They're at that level spot where they're not going to be bad enough to miss the playoffs, Coach. I disagree, but they're not going to be good enough to really be a championship contending team, which is what you want. You don't want to be stuck in the middle, and that's why I kind of like a little bit what the Nets did was they kind of said, well, we're not going to be a championship team, so let's offload these contracts. Let's get KD, let's get Joe Harris, let's get all these bag of contracts off the team, and let's restart. And if we're a bottom to middle team, fine. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't have those expectations to be there. You know what I'm saying? With the Knicks, there's expectations for them to be in the mix in the Eastern Conference. In the mix, because that's what you are, in the mix. You're not a contending team. You're in the mix. So it seems like that's what they're content of being, is in the mix, because you have to remember the Knicks have been so bad for so long. For them just to have a winning record and be consistently in the playoffs is a woohoo to Knicks fans, because look at all you guys been through for so many years.
Most of the Knicks fans, let's be real, most of the Knicks fans, they don't even want that. They just want a superstar. That's what they want. That's what they're crying for. They want a superstar instead of building a championship organization. Develop your young players into superstars as opposed to, what's up, Kev? I feel you, bro, but
what's good with you, bro? Salute.
We had our talk last time, man, on Breezy's show, and bro, Tibbs is the one. He's the biggest, and I'm a coach, so I'm telling you from experience, a coach really sets everything. He sets the expectations. He sets the precedents. He allows whatever the team is going to do. And I hope I'm wrong, please. I hope I'm wrong.
It's Mitchell and Ness 50th anniversary. That's dope. 73.
Oh, by the way, before I forget, happy anniversary, Living Single. Today is the 30-year anniversary where they first came out today. So what's up, Living Single?
Nice, man. Remember that show, man, along with Martin and Living Color, man. Those are classics, man. That Sunday night lineup, I used to be locked in. New York Undercover, man.
New York Undercover, yes. You really, So, but getting back to the show, getting back to sports, I hope I'm wrong. I mean, that's all I can say. So, and as far as what you initially said, all the primetime games and
they're ranked 6th. They have the 6th most national TV games.
That surprised. That I'll be honest. Without a superstar, that does surprise me. That really does surprise me. To be 6. I mean, but that goes back to what I just
25.
said. If you
and
put
you
a
compare that
superstar
to
in,
the Brooklyn Nets only have 11 nationally televised games.
That goes back to what I just said. If you put a superstar on this team, it changes the whole dynamics of this team. But what superstar are you going to get to come here? There is none that's worthy of coming here because you're going to have to gut this team to get a superstar. I mean,
45 to 50 wins.
I
think they can do that too, Kev. I think they can. I think the Knicks can win. They're going to win games. Jalen Brunson is a star in this league. Julius Randle is a star in this league, despite what people think about him. He can score. You still got Mitchell Robinson. Josh Hart is a 3-and-D guy. I mean, you got a decent team.
But if you trade for Embiid, if you're going to trade for Embiid, you're going to get rid of all of that, right? You're going to get rid of Mitchell and RJ Barrett and Grimes and Quickly and all the draft picks.
And you know what? Embiid's going to come to New York, and you know what he's going to turn into? Joakim Noah. So Evan is a contract flyer.
Yeah. I know he is a filler. So
filler. I mean, yeah. Fournier. I don't know what they're gonna do with Fournier, man. But this schedule release is interesting. Like I said, we got the first Knicks-Nets game, December 20th, man. So I'm gonna throw this out there, man. Who gonna have a better season? Knicks or Nets? Breezy, Leaf, where you at? Kev, I know you in the chat. Coach is here. Knicks.
I just said the Knicks
Nets.
are not gonna.
Who gonna have a better
here you
season
go.
this year?
I said the Knicks are not making the playoffs. Neither are the Nets, and the Knicks are going to have a better record than the Knicks.
The Nets, you said.
No, the Knicks are going to have a better record than the Nets
because
both teams will not make the playoffs.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna disagree.
Yeah, I know. I figured you would, but I mean,
I think the Nets, and the Knicks are both making the playoffs. I think they're both making the playoffs. Or the play-in playoffs. Well, I think they could both be top 6. Yeah. Well, I take that back. Yeah, somebody ain't making it.
12.
I had to say. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. See. I got crazy confidence in this Nets team. Weirdly enough, only because I do think this can be one of, if not one of the better defensive teams, if not the best defensive team in the NBA, due to their size and length on the court. Now, what's going to be key here for the Nets is Ben Simmons. Yeah, I know. But reports, and I was talking to Breezy and fellas earlier. Reports.
Oh my God! Yep, they did.
He supposedly looks better. He looks in shape. He looks healthy. Supposedly.
Oh my gosh.
I have a hard time having any faith in Ben Simmons for anything. But look, if he's on the court and he's producing like he, what his game is revolved around, which is defense, rebounding, you know what I'm saying, passing, getting the ball up the court, he can be a decent player in this Nets offense. But primarily his role is going to be on the defensive end. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, Pat? How are you, bro?
So I do think that the Nets, I believe, can. Pat was good. I believe the Nets can be better than the Knicks this year, and we're gonna find out December 20th. I think the Nets can be better than the Knicks, and for whatever reason, the Nets always seem to pick it up when it comes to the New York Knicks. Now, the games last year towards the end of the season, the Knicks won, but we were transitioning, from the Kevin Durant era into the Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson and Nick Claxton era. The Nets are a very young team, but they're skilled where it matters most. And like I said, that's on the defensive end. The problem is going to be who is your closer. And this is what I was saying earlier on Breezy Stream. Who is going to be your closer? Is it going to be Mikal Bridges? Is it going to be Cam Johnson? Is it going to be Cam Thomas? You know what I'm saying? Links in the chat for Pat or anybody, Breezy or Leaf or whoever want to come and talk some basketball. We're going to talk NBA schedule release. Then we're going to get into the top 10 New York City rivalries, man. And then Coach's Corner. Yeah.
Bro, the Yankees 9 in a row. They lost 9 in a row. They lost to Washington.
You see? You see? But yet, Cashman's job is not in jeopardy somehow. If this was George Steinbrenner, he would be fucking livid. He would be going off, firing every damn body, and it would be crazy, man. Yo, Kev, what's good with you, Kev?
Man, what's up, guys? How y'all doing,
What's
man?
up, Kev? All right, and yourself, bro?
Maintaining, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. Shout out to Kev, man. Part of KVN, man. Knicks versus Nets, man. Him and Breezy and T-Time, man. Appreciate y'all, man. But go ahead, man. Go ahead, spit it, man. What's on your mind, bro?
What's up, Coach? How you doing, man?
All right, and yourself?
Yeah, Pat, Yankees are done. They've hit rock bottom.
I do agree that Knicks fans just want a superstar, and but I think that's the wrong way to go, right? Because when it comes to the Knicks, as far as making trades for superstar, for some reason we always get the wrong side of the stick. You know what I mean? Like, we always get screwed when it comes to these.
That's what I was saying, Kev. I said if y'all trade for Joel Embiid, he gonna turn into Joakim Noah. Watch.
Yeah, and then the thing is like, and I was on Nothing But Knicks yesterday, and I called up the show, and I'm like, y'all gotta understand, Knicks fans gotta understand that, I know y'all might be impatient and frustrated with Leon Rose because he hasn't brought a superstar to the team yet. It's been 4 years, but at the same time, you gotta understand what these organizations ask for. Like the demand is wild crazy. Hold on a second. Let me just drop this off real quick to my father.
You good. Yeah, man, but that's crazy, man. But I think though, for real, man, I think the Knicks and the Nets, man, are right there comparable. They're not far off, but the problem is the Nets have reset kind of their roster. You know what I'm saying? But yet and still, I still think we're close, if very comparable to the Knicks, despite us trading KD and Kyrie. You would not see. I would not have expected the Nets to be in a position like this after getting rid of 2 superstars, and still having a roster that I believe can compete, if nothing else, in the Eastern Conference. Who's the juggernaut of the East?
That's my point.
Who are you scared of? You know what I'm saying? Is it Boston? They lost Marcus Smart. They got kicked.
Another thing, like
Porzingis, who is not can't stay healthy. I ain't scared of them.
And now
Phillies
and
are
now
nuts
and
right
now he got
now.
a now he got a foot pants here. Like his foot, he got that injury to his foot now.
Plantar
So
fascia, plantar fasciitis
yeah,
or
you know
something like
that's
that.
a
Yeah.
that's a that's a horrible injury to play back.
Yeah,
You know, to play ball on. Like,
any
you
sport.
know,
Yeah,
and
I
that's
remember
some
Eli
important.
Manning had that a
Um,
while back.
Mm-hmm.
right, and you saw Eli struggle throughout the year when he got that injury. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, Milwaukee, you don't know. There's an uncertain there with the coach. You don't know how good that team is going to be. You know, with a brand new coach. Um, I feel like Miami took a hit by losing the players that they lost. You know, you had the point guard that went to the Lakers. Um,
Yeah.
um, Max
Mm-hmm.
Strauss went to
Cleveland.
Cleveland. You know, you don't know the Bulls. You don't know if Lonzo's what's going on with Lonzo, how that situation is gonna be. I don't see how Atlanta got better, to be honest with you. You know, that team is still, you know,
What about
not sure.
Cleveland? You buying into Cleveland right now?
They added Max Strauss. You know, he's a
Mm-hmm.
pretty good perimeter defender. He can knock down the three. He played
Gonna take
well in
some
the
pressure
playoffs.
off of Mitchell, yeah, and mm-hmm.
He could take some pressure off of Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland and those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, so I think Cleveland got better. Um, Philadelphia, there is too much
Yeah,
chaos going on over there. You
yeah.
don't really know what's going on over there. You know, so that's why I say like the Knicks have a chance to, you know, to really make some noise as long as we stay healthy and you know, like Coach Tommy T, because I know Coach Tommy T could be a stubborn old bastard sometimes, excuse the language, but um I think we're gonna be all right, man. I'll be honest, I got us winning 45 to 50 games, making the playoffs.
I think the Knicks, and they have the benefit of stability. Like you just mentioned,
Yeah,
a lot of these teams that are having coaching changes, roster turnover. You know, the Knicks are pretty much bringing everyone back for the most part that was key contributors on their team last year, as well as adding DiVincenzo,
yeah,
to the lineup. So I think they're gonna have the benefit of having some sort of continuity while a lot of these other teams try to figure it out. I think you could kind of say that about the Nets too, to a degree. Bringing back Bridges, Cam Johnson, and Claxton coming back as well. So that's why I'm not. That's why I'm a little bit higher on the New York City basketball teams than some other content creators. But
yeah,
um,
yeah.
that being said,
They got
though, everything gonna be on display because with these nationally televised games, you know what I'm saying, in prime time, these guys gonna have to show up. Julius Randle gonna have to show up. Jalen Brunson gonna have to show up. So and ain't nobody sleeping on this team no more. I guess that's what I'm trying to say in a roundabout way. Ain't nobody sleeping on the Knicks. You're going to get every team's best punch. You know what I'm saying? Especially in Madison Square Garden where, for whatever reason, players just like to play there and
Wait a minute.
perform on the
Let me see
Knicks.
something.
I think the only people sleeping on the Knicks is their own fans, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a thing. That's a thing with all these teams for real.
yeah, man. It's like I think
You know what I'm saying?
our own fan base is you know, to me is like, bro, you know, we haven't had a situation like this since Melo. I
Mm,
would think the city would be excited, like, you know, finally we got a general a front office that ain't dumb, you know. They I mean have they haven't been perfect. Oh man. They haven't been
yeah,
perfect,
the
But
Nets fans are more accepting than the Knicks fans,
yeah,
because you see a lot more confidence with the Nets, despite them, trading away, two future Hall of Famers, and the Nets
so
fans have more confidence than the Knicks fans. It's
But
I,
crazy.
I
I'm looking at the schedule right now. I mean, it doesn't to start. It doesn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm too pessimistic. I mean, home to Boston, and then 3 road games at Atlanta, New Orleans, at Cleveland. Then you host Cleveland. Then you go to Milwaukee. Then you host at the Clippers. I mean, to me, that's a hard start.
it is.
That is a
I
hard
mean,
start.
Boston might give you some problems. You could split with Cleveland, and Atlanta. Atlanta's not to be afraid of. Neither is New Orleans. So it's not that tough. Who knows with the Clippers?
No,
What's going on with the
but
Clippers? I
point
don't know what the
being,
hell. They're trying to get James Harden. I don't know what they
You
doing
you
over there.
and then the other thing with the Clippers is like, all right, Kawhi, you don't know when he's gonna play.
fair.
Then
That's
you know,
fair.
Paul George, you don't know,
You don't know when he's
like
gonna play.
he's up in the air because
But the point is, the point is,
that's another thing, Coach. Like you got Knicks fans mad because we didn't get Paul George, but then here we go. Like we wanted to trade for Paul George, give up good prospect,
no,
and
no.
then we're
Mm-mm.
gonna get a guy who's uncertain,
Mm-mm.
has a real bad history of injuries, and then wants a contract extension where he's not cheap. And
No, no, no. I
then Knicks
mean,
fans are mad because we didn't make a move for that.
no, I can't be mad at it. But that goes back to what I said initially. New York fans want a superstar. We're not about
Mhm.
building the organization organically, developing our young players. Truthfully, we're not trying to develop them. I mean, we didn't develop Obi. Whether Tibbs and Leon Rose were on the same page or not, he was here. He should have been developed. He should have been utilized. We should have identified what he does well and used that on the court. We don't do that. Tibbs is stubborn. He's pigheaded. He just sees it his way. He thinks it's all 1990s type of way of playing, which, you know what? Don't get me wrong. I love that era, but we're not in that era anymore, bro. You gotta move on. You gotta play today's type. You gotta adjust to today's type of basketball. And for me, we don't play that way. We really don't. And
I
I
think
guess that's why I have this level of pessimism, because when I sit and I watch Golden State, they can guys can go out, but they're still title contenders, and legitimately so, because they played basketball. They move. They'll play their defense, but they move the ball. Their players move. They get to the open spot. They don't stay in the same spot, which makes it easy for the defense. When you see stuff
yeah.
like that, when you see teams like that play like that, that's why I feel the way I feel.
I think it's a couple
And
teams
listen, Coach,
that's trying to do it
I
the
do
right
agree.
way.
I do agree that right. I do agree that Coach Tommy T offensively is stubborn and his play calling could be very suspect, right? But to be fair though, you say that we don't really develop our young players. I would agree with you if you said that about our old regime, you know, but I don't know if I could say that about this regime. Like we developed Mitch, we developed Mitch Robinson into a pretty good center. If not one of the you could say, he's one of the best defending centers in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
We developed RJ Barrett pretty well, a 19-year-old kid, and he's gotten better every year, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We developed Emmanuel quickly, who is second runner up for sixth man of the year. And I do think we're developing Quentin Grimes as well, who
See,
is gradually is becoming a decent player, and I think this year he's only gonna get better. You know, and if you think about it, like who does Coach Tommy T when we play these stars like Donovan Mitchell and
There it
Darius
is. Pat
Garland,
said it. Tibbs
who
is a
do you
good
think?
coach for a team on the come up, but
Right.
long term, he will eventually crash out because he can't adjust and develop players. He burns them out.
Mm-hmm. But
Nah,
see,
and I
here's
agree with that.
here's
But
the thing.
when it comes to the young kids like Quentin Grimes, he's really developing these kids. You can see it. I just
That's
think
where
that
I disagree, Kev. I disagree because here's the thing. Here's what the reason why I say they're not developing the right way. Okay, I believe Julius Randle is hindering Quentin Grimes really his true development. Quentin Grimes has the ability to grow even more than what he is right now. He has the ability to take over a game. He can dribble, he can penetrate, he can play defense, he can shoot the three. He can rebound. He's a true 5'6" tool type of a guard where he's regulating him to a 3 and D. That's really what he's doing. And you're kicking the ball to Julius, where Julius has to try and dictate or dribble, try and kick the ball to whoever. They send a double team. He fumbles the ball. And then when they start racing down the court, what does he always do? He turns around and starts arguing with the referees. That takes away from the development of everything you're doing. I get what you're saying. Quickly, his rookie year, I thought he was growing. I thought he was going to be something even more. He's now regulated to being a 6-man player. Okay, maybe that's what they saw him as. All right. RJ Barrett, when he came in, third as a number 3 pick, were the expectations high for him? Yes. He has the mindset, yes, for handling New York, but there are times you question about his game always going to, and everyone in the league knows when it comes to that crunch time, he goes to the left. Just take away his left and try and force him to the right if you can. There are those questions about truly his game. His shot is not consistent. His 3 pointer, it's not consistent. It should be a whole lot better. To me, Quentin Grimes can develop to be even more than what RJ Barrett top is going to be. I mean, and that all stems from player development for me. Maybe my expectations is too high, but from what I see in Quentin Grimes, in Quickly, in RJ, I mean, you talked about Mitchell Robinson. Why are they not killing with the pick and roll the way they should? Why? That's that to me is a great way that you could really facilitate offense and do so much more. And you can get Mitchell Robinson some easy points, some easy baskets. I mean, he should be scoring 15 a night with the pick and roll. I mean, if you want to take it old school, didn't Lob City with the Clippers do that with Chris Paul and DeAndre Jordan? That was a big thing. I
right.
mean,
Yeah,
maybe it's me,
you could play that style, man. But to
but
me, I think what Pat said was what I
yes,
kind of feel about Tom Thibodeau is he's
yes,
not going to elevate a team.
mm-mm,
He's
mm-mm.
going to be a team, a coach that's going to get you right. You know what I'm saying? You're going to need another coach to come in and elevate
To win championships.
to win
Period. Case closed.
championships, man.
He's not a championship
And
coach.
that's what it is, man. But real quick on the Nets, man. I was chopping it up with the fellas earlier, man, and this Ben Simmons thing, man, is interesting, man. So if you bringing in Ben Simmons has got to come off the bench. You can't have Ben Simmons in your starting lineup with Nick Claxton because it makes you a liability shooting wise. Your spacing is not going to be there at all because you have 2 guys that aren't a threat to shoot the ball from outside the paint. So what needs to happen is Ben Simmons needs to come in with the second unit with another scorer like Cam Thomas or whoever else they want to bring. What's my man's name? Dinwiddie off the bench. You know what I'm saying? So that would be another option. But Ben Simmons is the key kind of to this season for the Nets. I think if he can come in and contribute something and not be hurt, and we were talking and they were saying, like Ben Simmons hasn't been healthy. Ben Simmons played in 50-something games, and then he missed the entire season, and then he played in 40-something games last year. That's not a healthy player. He's oft injured, as they would say. You know what I'm saying? You're missing over 30 games a season. So yeah, I'm not confident in Simmons, but because I kind of went through this last year, and I'm not going to do it again, boosting up Ben Simmons. So if he's good, cool. You can't trade him. Can't really do anything with him. You got to put the man on the court. So it kind of puts the Nets in this weird situation to where you have a player that you should be a star in your lineup and should be a part of what you're rebuilding here, but it's so many question marks around that player that you can't trust them to really give you much of anything because they're either not on the court or ineffective when they're there. Breezy. Yeah, real quick. You know what I'm saying? I kept trying to get this this point across real quick earlier, but to me, that's where the Nets are. And I think they could possibly overcome that with their defense. And that's going to keep them in a lot of games. And maybe some of those can turn the right way, man. But in reality, though, I don't see – I see this Eastern Conference. When you talk about the Knicks, Nets, you can throw in Atlanta. You can throw in Chicago. You can throw in who else?
Hornets.
The Hornets. Yeah, they're all kind of in that mix. You know what I'm saying?
The Hornets,
I think the only team that's –
Chicago.
No, I think
I was
going to
say one of the Ball brothers is out, I thought, for the season.
Yeah, Lonzo Ball.
Chicago,
yeah, okay.
Anyway, I appreciate y'all for letting me pull up, man, and chop it up with y'all a little bit.
No doubt, bro.
It's been a pleasure, bro.
Anytime, man. Anytime, man. Appreciate you, man.
Next time y'all do another live, man, send me the link.
Okay.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night. Stay safe.
You too, bro.
I appreciate you, Kev, man.
All right, man.
Thanks for coming through, man. Go sub up to Kev and KVN, Knicks versus Nets, man. Him, Big Fan Breezy, man, and T-Time, man. They do their show on Saturday mornings, man. So go check them out, man. But NBA schedule release, man. That's enough for that, man. But we're gonna get into best NYC sports rivalries, man. This was something I got to thinking about. And Coach, you know what I'm saying? I know you go back a little bit further than me, so if I'm missing something or missing a team or missing something here, but I kind of went through some of these, man, and you just tell me, like we could kind of have a conversation about this. Who's the best? What's your favorite rivalry? What's the most you've enjoyed? Or what you think? How would you rank them? What you think the best one is, or so on and so forth. So check it out. Giants Eagles, of course, it's a big rivalry. Yankees Red Sox, of course, big rivalry. Giants Cowboys. Now, when it comes to the Giants, who do you think is a bigger rival to the Giants, the Cowboys or the Eagles? Because I feel like as of late, it's become the Cowboys.
For me, it's always been the Cowboys, but a large facet of people that I speak to say it's the Eagles. I think it's the Eagles one because being here in Jersey, you have the two markets that are close to each other, and I get it. I
Mhm.
understand the logic for it. But if you look at the historical, seriously, honestly, go back to the days of the '80s and the '90s.
Mhm.
Pat Summerall, John Madden, they always called those
Mhm.
games, and it was always the Cowboys and the Giants. And
Mhm.
that's the whole thing. And until when Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones got there, and how about them Cowboys that even elevated it even more with the brashness and so on and so forth of Texas
The great
versus New
coach
York.
Tom Landry
Hmm.
was a player for the
For the
Giants, and he
Giants.
coached the Dallas Cowboys. So that could
Exactly.
be a little spark in what has become one of the most intense rivalries, and it feels more like a rivalry than the Eagles now. We had Cowboy fans in here troll us earlier, man.
Hmm.
It's always the kind of that back and forth trash talk between Cowboys and Giants fans more so than I feel like back in the day, maybe it was a little bit more Eagles Giants,
Maybe.
but I feel like recently it's kind of become the
Well, the Eagles are
the
winning, so I get it because the Eagles are
mhm,
winning and they've won so many divisions titles here. I get
yeah,
it, and I guess for me the reason why it's not there because of one simple
mhm.
fact, man. Super Bowl wins. I mean that's where
That's
I'm looking
true.
at it.
That's
I
true.
mean, Cowboys have 5, Giants have 4, the Eagles have 1. So
Yeah.
it's like really, now if you wanted to say Washington, because I can go back to the '80s with them too. It was always there too. They have 3 Super Bowls. The Eagles
Mhm.
have 1. So it's like
Right.
all right,
And the
yeah,
Eagles been around for a minute though. I mean, this is
yes,
an old team. It ain't like the
yes.
Carolina Panthers or Jacksonville Jaguars from Johnny Come Latelys. This team's been around for a while, and to only have one
Super Bowl. They have 1 Super Bowl. They have
Super Bowl,
NFL championships. I think they have a total of 3 combined.
three, I think it
So
is. Yeah, the Giants
so
have, I think, eight.
8. The Giants have 8. They're the most in
Mm,
in the division if you want to go if you want to
mm,
include, going all the way back. But the
mm,
bottom line is for me, it's always going to be Cowboys. It's always going to be Cowboys, Washington, and Philly. It's always been like that for me
mhm,
because I look at the magnitude, I look at the history, the big games that were played, at the point in time, and the Eagles throughout the. I mean, I can remember in '81 when they played the Raiders in the Super Bowl with Wilbert Montgomery, Harold Carmichael. I remember those
mm.
Eagles now, so it's not like
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
not know them. I know the Eagles. I know their history, but it's like if you sit down and you look at just the Super Bowl era, you know, their peak was when they had Donovan McNabb and that group down there. Yes, they went to
Yeah.
the Super Bowl, but how many Super Bowls have they lost throughout the? And this is just Super Bowls. They've lost what? 4 Super Bowls, 3 Super Bowls, and only won one. So
Mhm,
that's why for me, they're not my biggest rival. It's always going to be the Cowboys.
mm.
One because of what's happened on the field, and two because of the fan base, the interaction, and so on and so forth. So, but the main point was you're talking about best sports rivalry. I'm
Best
gonna
NYC
it
sports
has it
rivalries.
has it has to be Yankees, Boston Red Sox. It will always be
Yankees, Red
that.
Sox.
And you always go back to the days of Babe Ruth. Boston hates the fact that sold us Babe Ruth for dirt cheap, and look at what ended up happening. And the
Mhm.
championships throughout there, and the Boston has won theirs as of recent. But there was that
Recently.
span. There was that
Mhm.
span they didn't have anything. But
Yeah, it was a long time too,
yes,
Coach. What was it like?
yes,
Damn near 80
yeah,
years or
something
something?
like that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
The Cubs, I think, had the longest, and then it was the Red
Mhm.
Sox. But
Yeah.
but in terms of the two teams playing each other, yeah, that
Well, you got
it's
Mets, Phillies. You got some other interesting. So let me just kind of go through the
yeah. Go
ones
ahead,
that
go
I
ahead,
that I had
go ahead.
listed. Got Yankees, Red Sox. We talked about that. Giants, Cowboys, Yankees, Mets. That's another one. They played in the Subway Series. Don't forget about that. Knicks, Nets, maybe a little bit. You can argue that. Knicks, Heat is another one that goes back a while, and they just recently played again in the playoffs, so that rivalry kind of ramped back up. Rangers and Islanders. Not a lot of people may know about that one, but that is a heated rivalry in hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Jets Patriots, another rivalry, underrated, man. Bill Belichick, man. But he's kind of dominated the Jets, so to speak. But it's still Jets had a couple little shots in there, man, at Bill and the Pats.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got Yankees Dodgers. Remember the old Brooklyn Dodgers? That
Yes.
rivalry kind of goes back from since those days.
Mm-hmm.
Rangers and Devils, crosstown rivals. That's really that's a real heated one. Yankees Astros. That's one that's been up as of recent. We talk about recent rivalries. Islanders and Flyers. You got Devils and Flyers. I think the Devils are kind of more rivals with the Rangers. As so to speak. The Nets and the Knicks is the only real rivalry I could find for the Nets outside of maybe Toronto, maybe Philadelphia, but only because of the whole situation that we're going through now. But outside of them, you know what I'm saying? I think it's the Knicks and Nets are the Nets rivals. Those rivalries are intense as always, but which one is the best in your?
There's one you forgot.
Which
And
one?
Jeff, even though Jeff would kill me for this, the Mets in Atlanta, because you said Mets Philly.
Mets and, I didn't say Mets Braves. That's right. Yep, Mets Braves.
And that goes back to the 80s there. So I remember that there. So, but
yeah. There was a period of time the Yankees and the Braves were rivals back in the 90s.
Well,
I remember
yeah. In terms of because of the playoffs and the World Series magnitude, yes. But if you're talking about honestly, going through everything that you just said, it still stays the Yankees and the Red Sox. One, because of it going back to the 1920, it's just that how long this has gone. Now, you didn't have a long period of time where Boston didn't win championships. So that some will argue that as a detraction, but in terms of the fan base, because that's where I'm looking at the rivalry. If you bring in the fan bases, it's always going to be the Yankees and Boston Red Sox, and that's going back both ways. You said Yankees and Astros. I totally throw that in the garbage for the simple fact the Astros are just now winning. Remember, the Astros were in the NL for a while before they switched over.
That's true.
So that's why I'm not, Knicks, Nets, if you want to say because of New York, Rangers, Devils, Rangers, Islanders, because of New York, okay, I get you. But if you're talking about true hatred, and that's where I'm talking about. I put, and here's the thing, okay? I'm going to be brutally honest, okay? Because one of the biggest rivalries in all of sports is Ohio State and Michigan. They hate each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yankees, Boston are to that magnitude. That's what I mean. It has a national following.
D-Dan, what's good with you, bro? What up, BBK family? What up, fellas? What up with you?
When both teams are winning, the national attention that goes along with it really helps elevate it. The other ones, if you talk Rangers, Islanders, it's only going to register here in the tri-state area for the most part.
That's true.
Now, I'm not a big hockey fan, so I can't really speak to it, but I don't hear a lot about it. Knicks and the Nets, you don't hear about it nationally, even when both teams are winning. I remember when the Nets were winning back in the night and they were going to the NBA Finals, the Knicks were still there. There was no intensity per se. Now, Knicks, Heat, yes.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about that New York, Miami.
Knicks, Heat, and Knicks, Celtics. I would say those two, yes. I will give you that. And you can't even really, and the Celtics discredit us because they're like, you ain't really doing nothing. But Heat, Knicks, yes, there is that. And the reason why, we all know why. There's a lot of New Yorkers down in Miami, and we talk trash down there. In Miami, people hate it. So
I went down there, bro. I know we actually went to a Knicks Heat game in Miami, and yeah, it was more New York fans out there than Miami fans.
exactly. So, and that's now
No
if you
lie.
want to say that the Heat, the intensity, but the following, I will say this: it's only if it's in the playoffs that will the national media get behind it.
Yeah.
Yankees, Boston, they'll get behind it at any point in time, as long as both
Yeah.
are winning. As long as both are winning, if they're both winning,
Giants
they
and
get behind
Cowboys are like that too. It seems like the Giants and Cowboys
yes.
get a lot of media attention, even when both teams are not good or one's not good. And
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. As long as they're competitive, yes, you're right. So for me, it's always going to go back down to what I just said: the Yankees and the Red Sox. Period. Case go. And I'm talking as a Yankee fan. I can't stand the Red Sox. I can't. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. I always say blow up the Cowboys and kick them out of the league. No, that my level of hate even doubles when it comes to the Red Sox. It doubles that when it comes to the Cowboys. I just they are it for me. They are the one rival that, you know what, I just no. I just
in
can't.
baseball, I'm Red Sox is the number one.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I think it is something about them Astros that I'm just like, I don't like these.
Because of the cheating situation. It's the cheating. That's what it is. It is, and now because they're winning championship.
And they brag and they so cocky about it, you know, kind of like the Eagles. It is like,
there's one thing.
Guys,
there's one thing I always
fall
say
on your face.
There's one thing that I always say to any Houston Astros fans: 27. That's all I'm gonna say. 27. Right. So
right. Shout out to Coach Dante if he's watching, but yeah, I can't.
No, he's not brash with it. So he loves it, but he's not brash. Yeah, but I haven't met a lot of, and I haven't met a lot of Astro fans who are brash. They like beating the Yankees. Every team likes beating the Yankees in baseball. Why? Because we have the most championships. So I get it. So and that's fine. And oh, by the way, you said Jets, Patriots. I think the Giants are more of a rival to the Patriots than the Jets are. So sorry.
That's a fact.
And you know what? It's not even about the whole. It's not even about the whole Super Bowl. A lot of their coaches came from the Giants. I mean, you had two head coaches, Bill Belichick and Bill Parcells. And look at all the coaches that came up, Pepper Johnson. You can go down the line and you can look. They've been with
a lot of coaches. Dable now,
exactly.
Seeing all these Patriots players come
so,
through.
And most people don't realize the Patriots back in the day had a white helmet with a logo where Patriot players like he's snapping a football,
ugly
with red jerseys. They changed the color scheme, other than the silver, to match the Giants. Their color scheme is the same color scheme as the Giants. Who did that? Bill Parcells. So that to me is why they are the Giants are the Patriots' rival over the Jets. They just like beating up on the Jets because they're the little brothers. That's really what it is. So
they can be little brother, but they don't want them hands with the big boy, with the big bro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You already know,
come
man.
On, Jets fans. Come at me, Jets fans. I know you're one of my boys who's a big Jets fan. He hates when I say that to him. I say the same thing. I'm like, they're not your rivals. The Giants are more rivals to the Patriots than the Jets are.
That's true though. That is a fact, man. The Giants are Patriots fans do not like the New York Giants. They don't. They're salty as hell. I mean, they can't be so salty because you y'all done won what 6. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they're pretty salty about them too. That we took from your boy Tom Shady.
Tom terrific.
Call him Tom Shady is cheating ass. But I would not get on Tom Brady. If y'all don't know, I'm not a Tom Brady fan. I do not think he's the greatest quarterback ever. That's just my unpopular opinion. That's probably one of my most unpopular opinions. But I will debate that at any time, but not tonight. But yeah, anytime you want to debate Tom Brady, I got facts and stats to back up my argument, as I always do. Yeah, it's a lot of luck and a lot of rules and a lot of different things that happen to get Tom Brady to where he was. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he's a scrub. Now, don't go there, but he's not the greatest quarterback of all time, in my opinion. There's a lot of other nominations for that, but maybe we'll have a segment on that one day here on Heart of the City, man. But we're gonna wind down, man. This was good stuff, man, Coach, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I did forget about the Mets and Braves, man, and the Yankees. I mean, the Giants and Patriots. But in my opinion, it's got to be Yankees, Red Sox. I think if I had to rank them, and I'm gonna do that now, I'm gonna go Yankees, Red Sox 1, Giants, Cowboys number 2. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna give hockey some love. I'm gonna go Rangers, Islanders for the third one. Because I do hear a lot about that rivalry. If you ever listen if you ever listen to what's some guys on New York's radio, my man used to play for the Islanders. He played for
the goaltender, the goaltender. I know you're talking about
DiPietro. Yeah.
DiPietro.
Him and Dave go
and
they go at it.
Yeah.
About the Rangers and Islanders. So I'm gonna put that one as number 3. Nick's seat, I'll have it 4 because that is an intense rivalry. If I had to pick a 5th, it'd probably be Giants, Eagles. Or, yeah, I would say Giants, Eagles. I'm with you. I don't think the Knicks-Nets rivalry is as juicy as it should be. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if they played in the freaking playoffs every once in a while.
Let them play for the Eastern Conference Finals. Let them play and it's a 10, 7-game series where people get behind it and they love it. Yes. But see, now it can't be a one-hit wonder. It has to be a consistent thing too. So, but everything you just said, those 5, I'm with you on those. I mean, I agree with you in every last way that you have it rated. It's perfectly fine. That's I agree with you.
There's some other others that we can consider, but hey, if you know of a sports rivalry that we missed, or
I know one.
We have one that's rated that we're undervaluing. Let me know. Hit it in the chat.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one right now. And we'll see. Most people in this area will not, because they don't follow it. But I'm telling you right now, Rutgers Seton Hall is in New Jersey for college basketball. It is a major rivalry because they go back to
Syracuse and St. John's used to be that too. Yeah, Syracuse St. John's, that was a huge rivalry.
But I would have said St. John's Georgetown because of Carnesecca and John Thompson. But with Seton Hall Rutgers, that goes back to their old Big East days and everything that was associated with it. So, and they're always recruiting pretty much the same players. It's always been like that as far back as I can remember the 80s. Seton Hall fans did not like Rutgers fans, and Rutgers fans did not like Seton Hall fans. Now, mind you, the national attention, it doesn't hold a candle. It doesn't.
Yeah.
But here in New Jersey, on the college basketball scene, yes, it does.
Oh, I know. I know about the old Big. I miss the old Big East, man.
Yes.
Villanova, Seton Hall, Georgetown,
Yes.
Syracuse, Connecticut.
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Pitt,
Why did
at
they
that
do
time.
that, man? Why did they do that?
Because of money, bro. No, let's not go there. It's
Sucks,
about the
man.
money. It's about the money. It's about the prestige, and
Making
it's
me
about
miss
competing.
now college, man.
Football totes everything.
That's what it was because dang on football. Dang on football.
But football is a moneymaker. Football is the moneymaker.
We moved all that basically powerhouse conference just tore it up.
Here's the thing: the reason why, because without football, you don't have a lot of the Olympic sports. Basketball will be fine, but field hockey, hockey on some school,
you gotta
track
think
and
about
field,
the other sports.
that's why Rutgers people complain about Rutgers in the Big Ten, but it allows them to have a lot of their other programs. Otherwise, they would have to cancel it, and because of the money. So, and that's things that the average fan doesn't know or doesn't even care about. But me, as a college sports fan, I know that. That's why football is king, because it pays the way, and that's why you have what you have now. I mean, it's a way of keeping a lot of the other programs going. And to be fair, that's how a lot of these kids graduate with a college degree and not have to pay anything back, because football helped them have a scholarship. So that's why I don't kill it. But that's for another story. That's for another time. Let's not get off
you
track.
good. Because we about to transition right into Coach's Corner, man. So
okay.
Let's dive into it, man. Yep, because like I said, capping this thing at 2 hours from now on. We go over a little bit, that's cool, but it ain't going over no more than 10 to 15 minutes.
Got you.
So we had an hour and 52, man. Coach, man, take it away. Like I said, take your time, man. You know what I'm saying? Run down the women's, run down the college sports scene, man, for us all, man. And I'm gonna give you a little intro, my brother, man. So here we go. All right, take it away, Coach.
Appreciate that. Well, let's start with the women's and the New York Liberty. For those who don't know, last week the Liberty played the top team in the WNBA, the Las Vegas Aces, 2 times last week. The first one was last Tuesday, and the league had what is known as a Commissioner's Cup, where certain games are played during the regular season, and whoever has the best record in each conference, those 2 teams will play in a championship game. Well, the Las Vegas Aces were 9-1, so they hosted the New York Liberty, who were tied with Connecticut, both at 7-3. But because New York has the head-to-head with Connecticut, they played Las Vegas, and they dominated Las Vegas in that game. They won the conference, the Commissioner's Cup. It is the first any type of championship cup that New York has won, other than when they went to the WNBA finals. So it was a good thing for New York. The way they played, they won by 19 points.
When was the last time the Liberty been to the finals, Coach? Just out of curiosity.
Is it 18? Let me double check. I don't know. It's been some time. New York Liberty last NBA, WNBA. NBA. This game. Come on. When was it? Come on, give it to me. Okay, playoff history. Let me see. finished out for first. They lost to Houston in the first year, 99. They lost in 2000.
I thought they went in '99 with
Yeah, they
Rebecca
went the first year. Yeah,
Lobo.
the first year they went and they lost.
They lost Cheryl Swoops in them, right?
Yeah, they lost to
Yeah,
Houston.
Houston. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been since the early 2000s because
Mm.
they've. Oh no, they lost to 2016. Oh, that's when they changed the format. That's right. They lost to. Yeah, because they had the COVID, and that's when they went to everyone. So it looks like they last was in 2002. They lost to Los Angeles in the finals.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
the
was
last
just
time they
wondering.
went.
But yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead,
So
continue. I was just wondering.
no, but Thursday they ended up turning around and they lost by 13 during in a regular season game. Now, if you were looking at regular season games head to head, the Las Vegas is up 2-1, but overall it's 2-2, and they play on the 28th, the last time these two during the regular season, unless they meet in the championship. So um, their last, I mean, they're both ranked number 1 and 2. They both have clinched a playoff spot. The only other team is Connecticut. No one else has clinched a playoff spot as of yet in the WNBA. In the last 10 games, both teams are 8-2. So New York also has about 2.5, 3 games over Connecticut in the East in terms of seeding and all for the number 2 seed. They also play Connecticut on Thursday in New York. Is it in New York? Let me double check that. I think it's in New York schedule. Where's the schedule? Tuesday, Thursday. They're playing. No, they're playing in Connecticut. They play at Mohegan Sun. It'll be on Prime Video. So.
Okay.
And the Las Vegas Aces also play on Thursday. They play the Chicago Sky on NBA TV. So I'll be flipping back and forth just to check that out. So, um, but yeah, that's what's been happening with the Liberty. They're really positioned well. They're playing good basketball for the most part. They're competitive. Their defense has been a lot better. They are one of the top 3-point shooting teams in the WNBA. I think they're either first or second in the league in terms of taking an amount of 3-pointers and hitting. When Sabrina, I ask you, I mean, she did her thing in the WNBA,
Yeah.
but that girl has Steph Curry range, man. And it's they all know they just like, don't get her the ball, don't get her the ball. Now the one thing that I have noticed about teams that they do with the Liberty is they play them a lot more physical. They bump them a lot more, and it frustrates them. And they just need to continue to play their brand of football. Jonquel Jones, she has her moments, her up and down moments. I just wish she would settle down on her fouls because she does get caught a lot of times, and she
That's the
gets.
center, right? She
Yeah,
plays
that's the
center.
center. Yeah, and she gets frustrated sometimes, but when she's on, like she won in the Commissioner's Cup, she won the MVP. Because she had a
Mm.
double double. She was dominant down low. She held Asia Wilson down. Now, one thing I will say, kudos to Asia Wilson tonight. She tied the league scoring record with 53 points. So
Wow.
yeah, so she's starting to get into the
That's the
swing of things.
WNBA record.
Yeah, that's the WNBA
Who owns
record.
that record?
It was her and Liz Cambage. Liz Cambage no longer is in the WNBA. I don't even think she's going to play basketball anymore. Um, that's the Australian girl who has all the drama behind her. Um, but yeah, Asia did her thing. Vegas is starting to get in that groove. I think the win Thursday helped them because psychologically it was messing with them. But next week when they play, the Liberty, I think it's going to be a big, big game. Let me see. Where are they going to show it? Let me see. Where's 27? So that's next Monday. It's going to be on ESPN2 at 7 o'clock. So I'm definitely going to be tapped in.
It's gonna be where now? Is it in New York?
It's in Brooklyn, and it's going to be on ESPN2 at 7 o'clock on Monday the 28th. So those of you who want to, tap in, it's going to be a dogfight. I'm going to tell you it is. I want to see what Brenija Laney, she's going to do. There's moments when she can take over. Breanna Stewart, she's in a race with Asia Wilson for the league MVP. So, that's it's coming down to the crunch time, because after this is going to be the playoffs. I think they have maybe like 9 more games left in the regular season. So, it's getting to that point in time. So, but I'm loving it. I love the WNBA. So,
Yeah. Wow.
I know most fans don't like it because, it seems like it's top heavy, but usually it's not like this. So, but, but that's pretty much been it there in the WNBA. In terms of college sports, you pretty much have, is college sports about ready to start.
It's about
Football,
to start, yeah.
yeah, football starts technically week 0 starts this weekend. Rutgers and Syracuse don't play until next week, but I'm going to be tapped in. You have Navy and Notre Dame playing on Saturday.
What is with this week 0 stuff they keep?
They just do that because there's a small facet of teams. I think it's probably like 6 or 7 games usually at plays to kick off the season. So it's just like a little kickoff, the introduction.
But the heavy hitters ain't going to play till next week.
So next week, yes.
That's basically
everyone.
Okay.
And then you think about it, most college kids start coming in during that time frame, because that's the other thing. Between there and by close to the 3rd week in September, colleges start to fill up with the kids, because you want your college kids out at camp. At games if possible. So it's just a marketing strategy. That's really all it is. It's they all still play the same amount of games, 12 games during the regular season. So. And
I'm
Rutgers,
actually excited for college this year, Coach. I'm going to do my best to follow. If nothing else, I'm following Syracuse, Rutgers, and the teams that's in my area, which is ODU, Norfolk State, Hampton University. 757 teams, but I'm gonna definitely be checking them out, and of course, my Tar Heels, always checking on them, even though they're not really good at football.
Well, here's one little tidbit for Syracuse. Wide receiver Randy Gadsden II. He was named to the AP's preseason All-American team, to the 2nd team, as a wide receiver. So, he's somebody who you definitely want to keep an eye on, especially as he goes through the ranks of the ACC. And if he does well, can he? How does that help his draft status? So that's the biggest thing. So it's something. Oh, they have him marked as a tight end, where I get it because of his size, but he really plays wide receiver at Syracuse. So. It's interesting in terms of what's going to happen in Syracuse, especially in the ACC. On September 2nd, they host the Colgate Raiders. So Colgate is a FCS program, so it's going to be interesting with them this year. Syracuse, their first 4 is Colgate, host Western Michigan, at Purdue, and then host the Army Black Knights. Before September 30th, they host Clemson, which is going to be a big game. So, and then October 7th, they're going to be down by you down in Carolina. So they play the Tar Heels. So, that's just something to keep an eye on. So Rutgers, we have Aaron Lewis, our defensive end. He was actually listed first team All Big Ten. They're projecting him to be in the top 5 in sacks for Rutgers this year. The defense is projected to be this best part of the whole team. They announced the starting quarterback in Gavin Wimsatt before training camp started, so he's locked in. And we're just getting ready to start the season. I mean, September 3rd, Sunday, 12 noon on CBS, we're playing Northwestern. So, it's pretty much
Northwestern, man. That's
Mhm.
a big game, man.
It's
That's
going
a
to be
big
big for
game.
Rutgers because number one, with everything that went on with Northwestern with the hazing situation. So Rutgers needs to get out to a quick start because game 4, they're playing Michigan. So it's like, and Michigan just announced that Jim Harbaugh is going to be suspended the first 3 games. So he's going to be back for that
Yeah,
game.
I heard
So
that. Yeah.
so it's going to be an interesting situation with Rutgers, to start the season, and there's projections that I was reading an article that in terms of the hot seat right now, who said it? I forgot who said it. Who I had the article up. Oh, Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report said that on the seats getting warm in terms of being fired is Greg Schiano and Dino Babers, both coaches for Rutgers and Syracuse. Rutgers is not, anybody who knows Rutgers will tell you Schiano is not on the hot seat. It was going to take 5, maybe even 6 years to really get this program turned around because the talent wasn't there, the infrastructure wasn't there. But if he has a really bad season, then I could really see, the possibility. Babers, he has to win, bro. He just has to win, and he has to win a bowl game to really, in my thinking.
Syracuse has not looked good, man.
No,
In recent
no,
years. That's in basketball too, man. They were
yeah.
perennial powerhouse, in basketball, and it kind of fell off,
hmm
man.
So yeah. And speaking on basketball for Rutgers, both men's and women's went on an international tour, and they're coming back 3-0 from those tours. That's a great way to, because you don't have preseason games. That's a great way to get your players together, get them grouped, and you build a certain level of chemistry. While you're out internationally. So the first game, Rutgers, the men's team, they won by 2 points, I believe, but everything else was a blowout. So, and they're playing grown men. They're not playing kids. So,
Yeah.
same thing with the girls. They dominated all 3 of their games. So, that's a good thing. I don't have any report on Syracuse or men's or women. So, or St. John's. I don't have anything. So, but that's pretty much it. I'm just excited. I'm ready. And I'll be locked in. I'll be
Well,
also
it's
looking
it, man.
for my school, King, to see what we're going to do this year.
All
So,
right,
I
all
may give
right.
you little tidbits, see what's happening with there.
Definitely,
So
man.
that's
Definitely,
pretty
man.
much it, man.
Bring on football, man. Bring on college football. Bring on pro football. We got the NBA coming up. We got the NHL coming up, man. Baseball is still going on, man. So keep it locked here, man, on Unpopular Opinion Sports, man. Heart of the City, man. We do this every single Tuesday, giving you all the latest updates and news around the city, man, and in the New York City tri-state area. But we're gonna get ready to shut it down. Rafe, what's up, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
What's
I'm
up,
doing
bro?
good.
About to shut it down, Rafi, for the night, man. It's a little
Yeah,
bit
I
late.
know because I have a quick thoughts about it. I mean,
It's okay.
the New York Giants could be like a really impressed about that season, and whether it comes to the defense, and whether it comes to the wide receivers, Jalen had. I mean, they really have to improve about it. And I got my earlier prediction about the New York Giants versus New York Jets. I mean, Giants 30, Jets 11, because they're gonna have
Okay.
it so much fun. They got so much fun because I don't think that Aaron Rodgers
Talking
can be.
about Saturday, this weekend. Okay,
Yeah,
cool,
that's
man. I
Saturday.
like that. 30-11,
Hmm.
man. Raphael, he said it
Whoa.
here, man.
Speaking on the Jets too, I just saw something from JPA Football. Says former Eagles 9-time Pro Bowl left tackle Jason Peters says he has interest in playing for the Jets. He told Kyle Brandt, "They give me a call, I'm going to show up and show out. That's what I do."
Yeah, they want to play
Did
for
you
Aaron
hear about
Rodgers.
this?
They trying to get a ring. Nah, I didn't hear about that. Somebody was saying in spaces earlier. I think that was Stars. Shout out to Big Blue Knockout, man, the Twitter spaces, man. But I think he was saying something about that the Giants might be interested in Peters. I don't know.
Yeah, but would he want to sit and be a swing tackle, or would he have to play?
Well, they were saying you could put him at guard
Oh, okay.
over Glow or Bredesen.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd do it. I'd do it. We need all the depth we can get on that offensive line. Let me tell you, because them tackles is scary, man. It's so scary, man.
I'm with you, bro.
But I appreciate you coming through, Rafi, man. But I got to go, man. I got to shut this show down.
Okay, gotcha.
Under 2 hours, man, because you know.
I know it's very
difficult.
But I just wanted to say the salute to Unpopular Opinion Sports, to Coach Ed, and all the sponsors that have come for the chat. Salute from El Capitan Rafael. And I have to say one last thing. Giants versus Eagles for the championship is not going to be easy, but I can see Giants winning the championship for the conference against the Philadelphia Eagles. It's not going to be easy. So have a great night, folks.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, Rafael, man. El Capitan, man. Go sub up to Rafael El Capitan, man. You know what I'm saying? Another great sports content creator, man. But we on up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate each and every one of y'all that came through tonight, man. We had a hell of a turnout, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course, D-Dan, Big Fan, Breezy, Big Pat, Kev, Levance, Miz, Alfonso, Mike, man, my bros, man. Vinny, Big Dash stopped through. Nisi always giving us love, of course, man. You already know what it is. Bookend tackles. My man Tommy for one, Tommy. You know what I'm saying? All the players that came through, man. Jay Lay. You know what I'm saying? We always in the building. Leaf Diggy, man. Tudo always supporting, man, with the love and support, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Keep it locked here on Popular Opinion Sports. Go sub up to Coach Ed Gladney's Amazing World of Sports, man. Give you all that cool content, college, women, NBA, NFL, all kind of breakdowns, film reviews, man. You know what I'm saying? We take our knowledge from a real football coach and not imitate Twitter fingers. But that being said, I'm going to get on up out of here, man. Catch Giants Conversations Sunday, 11:45, man. We're going to recap the game out there, Jets and Giants game, man. So that being said, man, we're going to get up out of here, man. Leave y'all with the intro, man. Till next time, peace.